Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the SLO County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 0111111.
Davis Water Conditioning. If your tap water tastes like you're drinking it straight out of the lake, which lake would be the worst, by the way? Would be Nassau, probably.
I think, no, Laguna.
Oh, well, I do. That's a pond.
I'll never forget when I first moved here. It was a hot day. And I took an air mattress and I went out in Laguna Lake, and the people that live on that lake are like waving their arms, saying, "That water's terrible! Get out of that lake!" I was like, "What? Lakes are clean where I'm from. It's California."
That's how they keep the riffraff out of there. They probably thought you were some homeless guy and stole somebody's.
A few years later, they found a Subaru in the lake. So yeah, I guess they were right.
No body in it though. I was surprised. But anyways, if you don't want your water to taste like lake water, then you need to call Davis Water Conditioning. They're online at daviswaterconditioning.com and find out how they can help you have no spots on your glasses after washing. That's pretty good. And really good tasting water. That's daviswaterconditioning.com.
How pathetic can some people be?
Last time I was in Florida, I'm walking past a newspaper stand. I look into the stand. The headline on the newspaper reads, "Local man robs Wendy's with alligator."
Florida kicks ass.
What did you just say to me? I read it. I still said that out loud. It was incredible. Oh, and also, that's all you want to say? You don't want to add any more to that? Like, I don't know. Maybe tell us if the alligator was an accomplice or a weapon? How about that? For real. Did this guy rob a Wendy's with an alligator, or did this guy rob a Wendy's with an alligator? There's a huge difference.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Oh, man. Sometimes you need some setup, okay? I'm just going to give you a little setup, and I'm going to let the police officer take over, because this body cam footage, like, these are the best cameras on the planet, okay? They really are. A police officer shows up because in a retirement community, there is an alligator that is spotted in the driveway of one of the houses. So he shows up to figure out how to deal with it, and that's when chaos ensues.
I got to imagine this happens on a somewhat regular basis with alligators being down there, that they end up in somebody's driveway, right? The cops are called.
This is beautiful. So the driveway that the alligator went to, the house was just going to have a pizza delivery driver pull up while the police is there checking it out. So people are driving around on golf carts because it's a retirement community in Florida, which is awesome. I love that. Everybody just drives around on a golf cart, whatever. No golf courses anywhere to be seen, but they're just driving around on a golf cart.
I'm sure there's a golf course nearby, too.
No, there's not. They just use it to get around their neighborhoods.
I understand that. I
don't know that there is.
Florida.
I don't know that. Have you ever been to the Villages? There's no golf courses at the Villages.
Never been to Florida.
There is, but everybody drives a golf cart. Like the little shopping center at the Villages.
Yeah. It's
golf cart parking, and then there's car parking beyond the golf cart parking. It's crazy. But listen to this body cam footage. It's awesome.
Stop. There's an alligator underneath that car right there.
This is when the pizza delivery driver shows up.
Oh,
so
okay.
She's like, okay, I'm gonna run up there and deliver the pizza. And then he's like, don't go up there. You're dumb if you go up there.
I'll call Diana, tell her not to come out.
Diana's the woman that ordered the pizza, okay? So everybody's trying to contact Diana.
Maybe go around the back.
I'm a little scared.
Police officer suggests to the pizza delivery driver, maybe you could just take it around the back because it's just an 8-foot alligator.
I mean, there might be two more back there. We don't know, but we're
at what point? At that time, the pizza delivery driver's like, it's not worth it.
No, as long as it stays under the car, you can go around the back.
Would you want to do it, officer?
Yeah, come on, officer. Deliver the pizza.
So she enlists him to go around the back of the house with the pizza.
Protect and serve. Let's go. Serve.
In the meantime,
that's the serve part. Protect, serve.
In the meantime, Diana's not answering her phone from the concerned neighbor, and the concerned neighbor's like, I don't know, she's not answering her phone, so I'll give this.
Wait, who's Diana? Time out. Who's Diana?
Diana's the one that ordered the pizza. She ordered the pizza. She's the one inside the house.
Okay, they're trying to get a hold of her, right? And they can't get a hold of her.
They say, hey, don't come out here because you have an alligator.
Who's the other
Prius.
woman? The woman that called 911 that's I hear on the tape?
Yes, she called 911, and now she's calling Diana to let her know, don't come out.
And she's out there with the cop and the pizza delivery girl.
Now she's going to call Diana again and say, the pizza's coming to your back door.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to get your payment.
Someone's going to come around the back and deliver your pizza.
So police officer's like, I don't know how I'm going to get your payment. I don't have like a credit card machine or something like that. Hopefully she's paying cash. And the pizza delivery driver's like, we'll chalk it up as a loss. I don't care. Just go deliver the pizza. So as he's starting to walk,
Ma'am, get back over there. There's an alligator right under your...
Diana comes out the front to see what all the hullabaloo's about.
Oh, why are the cops here? What's going on?
And remarkably calm Diana is, okay? He's still walking. You can see it on the body cam footage. She's got the pizza and whatever's in the bag with the pizza salad or some wings or something like that. And you can see it moving around point of view in shot. And Diana comes walking out of the house.
Oh, my God.
Go in the house.
There's a big alligator under my car.
Hey, ma'am, could you...
Oh, my lordy.
Get in the house.
She's just standing there looking at it. Police officer's like, what are you doing, you moron?
By the way,
I'm standing here with your pizza. I can't come rescue you because my hands are full.
if I'm delivering a pizza and there's an alligator between me and the delivery, I'm like, you know what? I'm taking this pizza back. Sorry. This is not going to work out today.
You know what? It's been 4 hours. I got to take a break. As he's yelling at her to get in the house. She's like, where's my pizza? How come my pizza's not here?
I'll take it to the back door.
Okay, so he takes it. So the next is a cut to the back door, and he's meeting Diana at the back door with the pizza. And this is hilarious.
Pizza. Okay, I'll take it to her.
Yeah, how much was it?
I have no idea. I'm not the pizza man.
Oh, well, you're the policeman.
Yes, I'm a policeman. Not a pizza man.
They
You got
called
it?
you? Yeah.
Yeah, they called us about the alligator. Are you expecting change from her?
Well, did she deliver? No, well, not. They said it was 32 something.
Okay, I'll give this to her so she can leave,
She's
okay?
the one that delivered?
Yeah.
And when was the alligator there?
It just got there.
Oh, I'd like to take a picture of it.
Well, and I wouldn't take it from where you were. I mean...
Okay.
So just inept and like oblivious. So what the hell is actually happening?
The only thing that makes this whole story any better if she says, yeah, I'd like change back on that.
I'd like exact change, no pennies.
It was $32. It was like $32 and some change, and she literally, I saw the cash that she gave to the guy, $35.
Oh, big tipper, big tipper.
She should have said, yeah, go ahead and get my change back. Bring it to the back door, too, because there's an alligator in the front.
Oh, that's Frank. He's coming over to eat pizza with me. Don't worry about him.
I'm going to be
Frank.
taking a picture of that alligator, despite what your repeated warnings.
Well, she sounds elderly, so it was probably a big day for her.
Ballsy, weirdly ballsy as an elderly,
well,
right?
You get to a certain age, you're going to go any day. It's like it could be tomorrow.
Florida.
It could be whenever.
It's Florida. It lowers your inhibitions. It totally lowers your inhibitions. You're like, hell yeah, dude! I got an alligator in my front yard.
Let me get a
Where's
picture.
my pizza at? I'm going to snap at a picture of this alligator. Ma'am, please move. No, it's cool. It's cool. You know, it's just like, I'll fuel up after I get the picture of the alligator. Yeah, you got to still be safe, though, Diana. Come on. I love the pizza delivery driver. She's like, will you please take this to the back door? The police officer's like, I did not sign up for any of this, okay?
Protect and serve.
Normally, I just show up, I call Fish and Game, they come by, they get the alligator. Now, it all, like, and that's what he did. He called Fish and Game, they were on their way, but while he's waiting for them to be on the way, all this chaos ensues. Pizza delivery, woman that refuses to go back in the house with alligator underneath her car. He's got to deliver the pizza to the back door. It's great. We'll put the video over on our Facebook page. It is a Twitter link. We really, really encourage everybody to get on X. X, I guess you like to call it, Jeremy. X.
That's what they
Get
call
on
it
X.
now, believe it or not. Yeah, they changed
So
the
you
name.
won't see the video play on Facebook, but I know a lot of you guys like Facebook because it's just like a retirement community here at Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Get your golf carts ready. Diana, you're Jeff and Jeremy's. Instead of them, I'll be like, I'll run across Australia. I'll be like, hey, man, happy St. Patrick's Day. And they'll go, why?
By the way, I saw something over the weekend. New tariff coming out of Ireland, 500% until we get Rosie O'Donnell out of there. Come get her.
Oh, but hey-oh. It's pretty smart. I'll tell you this. We have no reports of people running up power poles with chickens as of yet, but it's early. Okay?
Yes.
It's early
No,
on in the day.
garages have collapsed. The ceilings of roofs.
Usually that takes, you got to get to like 11:45 or so before you hit that stride. Because the people that are drunk right now, they're
still drunk from last night.
They started last night at midnight, and then they're winding down. This is the window of calm. Now you have people ramping up. Sure, you have those people ramping up right now, but they're ramping up. There's like, it's like an ebb and flow to a day. Like rush hour is rush hour. Like you experience the worst traffic right now and in the afternoon for a reason. Well, now is the lull, the calm before the storm, or the calm after the storm of last night. I've not heard anything, although I'm not keeping that much abreast of it. But I do know that like Cal Poly's trying to, like they did this thing where they sold, like they're having a concert there. And it's like, we'll have like 5,000 people can attend this concert. And they sold tickets to students. But they didn't limit, like they didn't say students can bring like guests. And that's the whole thing that Cal Poly was trying to get away from, was people coming in from out of town. So, like, say I'm a sophomore at Cal Poly, and I call my friends up at UCSB, and I'm like, hey, I got you a ticket for the St. Patrick's Day. It's lit. Come up here. Lit like a leprechaun. Leprechaun lit. Come up here, and we're going to party it up and all that stuff. And they're like, whoa. Like, our college, when we went to school, we used to have something called senior golf, which was somewhat the counter event. You've heard us talk about it before.
It was bar hopping between frat houses. Is pretty much what it ended up being, or just live out frat houses. So, but we did it one time. I remember. I didn't do the whole thing. I just went to a couple houses, and it was just a mess. It was a mess. People passed out on porches. I mean, keg cups everywhere. Kegs, empty kegs, like 6. There was 6. It was in the afternoon. It was 6 kegs on the grass. This is where we went to school, not at Cal Poly. But I'm sure this kind of stuff still goes on for some. Even though I thought young kids today didn't like to drink. I thought they were worried it was going to kill them. But apparently that's just what they want us to believe. That's the fake news. They love drinking. College kids still love drinking. Don't listen to the media.
Some do. I think so. I do think a lot of them are going away from it. They're scared. But I do think that some of them love the drinking. But the problem is they're scared of drinking, and they're not scared of other things that are mind-altering.
Right.
And that can lead to you running up the power pole with the chicken as well. Yeah.
By the way, that takes skill. All right, I'm just going to go out and say it. Especially if you've already been under the influence of something else, and you can climb a pole with a chicken.
Listen, dude,
I can't climb a pole.
If that guy's not working for a circus somewhere, then he missed his lot in life. Okay, like if you could, like even going up a pole at all, let alone with a chicken.
You got a resume right there. You want the news? Here, check this story out. Here's the link. There I am on the pole. I mean,
I couldn't go a quarter of the way up with chicken nuggets in my hand. You know, I mean, that. You're right. That takes some skill.
So the cops are cracking down. So just if you're getting started right now, the cops are cracking down. Just be aware.
But also this concert, it was like they tried to do it. So what they did at our school, because it was called senior golf, and the genius minds that ran the Washington State University at the time are like, I have an idea. What we'll do is we'll do a concert out at the golf course on the driving range, and then we'll sell tickets to only Washington State students, and they can only buy one. And then that way it's a controlled environment, and we could control them. That thing was, nobody bought a ticket. Nobody bought a ticket to that. So Cal Poly selling the tickets and selling it out, that's a sign of some success in this instance compared to what I have as a comparison from our time in college, because nobody went, and it was like decent bands too. They had like decent bands come there for the show, and what ended up happening, it was weather was crap, and nobody wanted to go outside to see. And like today is not supposed to be like super nice, you know. I mean, it's supposed to rain on and off today and stuff. So, I mean, maybe that will thwart some of the problems of St. Patrick's Day. And I don't
what we did in college was, it wasn't St. Patrick's Day. It was just like the back to school party. There was a huge apartment complex, and they would put gates and fences up around it. Everybody would go there and party. The cops would just would walk around, and everybody would be partying and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was fine until that deck fell down.
Oh yeah, you just had to run it for me. I was like, we just need to get somebody to volunteer their apartment complex, and then we'll be good to go.
But don't get 50 people out on an apartment complex deck.
So this is what they're doing. If you haven't heard, the Respect SLO thing. So what the SLO PD is doing in the city of San Luis Obispo is they have an ordinance, and it started on Friday. And it runs all the way through tomorrow at 7 a.m. That there's no noise. There's no street parties. It's not going to be tolerated. Fines are $700 to $1,000. They're going to get you for DUI, drinking in public, minor in possession. Unruly gathering is $1,000 fine. Open container, $700. Public urination, raise your hand if you got caught doing that ever. Sorry, I got both hands up. $700.
You got caught doing it twice, didn't you?
Once I got a ticket for it. The other time, I was with you.
That's right. I was with you.
And we got let go. The first time I was like,
something else happened
behind trees and, out of the way. The next time it was a very bad situation.
On a car that had a Husky sticker on it.
Yeah, it had a Husky sticker on it. That's why.
Yeah.
Maybe he hated the Huskies too. I got one for the one in the trees, not the one I peed on the guy with the Husky sticker. I wasn't the only one peeing. Anyways, respectslo.com if you want to get all the information for today, or if you want to find out more about the big concert that Cal Poly's throwing.
I know there's not a lot of women that would find themselves in this situation, but if you are a college student who's also a mom and wants to party, coming up, I'm going to tell you how this one mom got the Uber to wait around.
College mom that wants to party. That's who I want to hang out with. Yeah.
So I guess what you're supposed to do, and I've never done this because I take the Uber one place, and that's over to the shop to pick up my car when my car is getting fixed, and then from the shop to work. That's it. That's the only time I ever take the Uber.
Too bad you don't have any coworkers that come pick you up.
No, that's not true. That's not, well, I did for a while there, and then the pool. Yeah. Here's the thing. Okay,
they either got laid off or moved away. What are you going to do?
Last guy that got let go was the last person to take me to the shop.
How many people have got laid off that have taken you to your shop? It's starting to become a thing.
I'm seen as the kiss of death when it comes to getting taken to the shop. They're like, no, I'm not doing it. So now I got to take an Uber. Sorry if I've cast any bad luck on any Uber drivers.
Sorry to any former employees that got laid off after taking Jeff to the shop. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the situation.
Yes, because we all have to laugh at life because at the end of the day, it's just a job. And so apparently when you do an Uber and you want to take a stop, you have to add a stop. Okay. Have you ever done this before?
I've heard about it, but I've never done it.
Okay. So you add a stop and then you either pick somebody up or you go in, you grab something and then you come back out and then you continue on your way with the Uber. But sometimes people don't add the stops and then they ask the Uber driver if they'd be cool pulling over for 1 second. And the Uber driver says, yeah, sure, or yeah, whatever. You're supposed to add and stop, or whatever the case is. This woman, she's a mom. She was traveling with her baby. She said, hey, could you do me a favor and could you pull over on the way? And the Uber driver documented this and took it to social media, of course. He put it on Reddit. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't call the cops on this, but whatever. So she left the baby in the car while she ran in and grabbed something. And this made the Uber driver mad because he felt like he was being pressured into not having to cancel the trip and go somewhere else and pick up somebody else that would have actually made money on. His hands were tied. But he took a picture of the baby carrier in the back seat and said, oh my God, check out what this mom just did in my Uber, and then wrote about it on Reddit and said, this is not cool.
I'm surprised the mother would just trust her baby in some stranger's car.
Right.
I mean, it could have ended a different way.
But the thing is, the driver could have done one of many things, right? You could have just accepted the behavior. You could have what you actually did in this case, take a photo and then post it to social media to shame the mother, who the mother and the baby aren't named in this, so nobody's like learning a lesson from this one. Or you could call the police and say, hey, this is child endangerment. I'm an Uber driver. I was just left with the baby while mom just ran inside. If you were genuinely concerned about this situation, do you want to be talked about type of thing? Or are you really looking to stop bad behavior on this one? Now, does Uber have to write a guideline, a sub guideline to passengers now? You're not allowed to leave your baby in the car while you ask the Uber driver to stop? No, that should just be common sense, right? Presumably, we don't know how everything ended up on this because he just did the drive-by on the social media and said, oh my God, check out this mom. We don't know how long she was gone. She could have been gone for 10 seconds. Who knows? She could have been gone for a half hour. Nobody knows. He didn't say. He just took the picture. He says, technically,
I'm sure it wasn't very long.
Otherwise,
he would
child endangerment.
Yeah.
They're leaving their child in the care of a stranger, and then shamed her on this. But what are you shaming? I mean, you just like, look at me. I want attention because I do this or something like that. Presumably, the mom returned the baby. There was no stories out of the law faction that there was a baby that was missing or a cop. But if you're genuinely concerned, wouldn't you call the police? Say that's child endangerment, or tell her, no, I'm not watching your baby.
I wouldn't do any of this. I would just watch the baby. I grew up in
That's
a different
how I
time.
would be.
I mean, I think
I'd
you
be like,
too,
okay,
right?
fine, whatever.
I mean, I would make a big deal about this, but the fact that he went on social media, I understand is what you're saying is really petty, and but that's where we're at today. I mean, everybody's just like,
look at me.
I just don't know what happened in the world I grew up in. It's just weird sometimes. I'm just like, what? I just want to shake people, slap them. It's just like, what?
I think I alluded to it earlier.
Be
when I
a
was
good
talking about
person.
Scarlett Johansson.
How about this
I'm
woman?
Like, don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Well, yeah. I mean, this woman. I don't know what her situation is, but she's having to take an Uber. She's got a baby. Why don't you try to help her out instead of making her life worse?
Right.
Try to do something good for
think the
society
Uber
instead of being a pain in its ass.
Like the Uber driver's trying to be the watchdog for society on this one. He ends up coming across as a huge jerk because we don't know the circumstances. He did not include the backstory. Maybe he doesn't even know the backstory. Maybe she just had to grab something real quick. I mean, obviously she's traveling Uber with her baby, so it is a situation in which there is a necessity there. Okay, right. A car broke down, or maybe she doesn't have a car, and this is how she has to travel in order to go do important things. I mean, just
try to be a good person,
kind,
a good human.
Yeah, be nice.
Do something nice for your fellow human, not be a jerk. Yeah, there's enough.
Yeah, be like, oh, what a crappy mom. Almost cussed, but I didn't.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOC.com.
Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the SLO County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111911.